Hello. Hi, and welcome to the Scrubbed In podcast with Fareedat Opeifa, that is me, and my co host, Nadima Bello. All right, so this is a very special edition of our podcast. It's like a thriller to the first official episode. But before I go on, I have to, talk about what's up. So, what's up today for me? Um, First of all, Nadima is not here, and there's a reason for that. She went to go and she joined the electrical. I keep calling it electrical. I don't know why. Electoral committee. Yeah, and so due to that, she's unable to speak on the NUMSA elections, which is the topic of our episode. Our three limited edition season. So she's unable to join us for this particular season, and that's because due to her, she has to be anonymous. She has to be neutral. Yeah. So the fact that she has to be neutral inhibits her from joining this podcast because we are definitely going to comment on the election and we are definitely going to discuss about the applicants. So she cannot be here today because it's going to go against that. Anyways, moving on from that. So, as I was saying, what's up today? Today we are at a very beautiful cafe called Lomos Cafe. Or is it Lomos Cafe? I believe it is Lomos Cafe. And I came here for the first episode for a specific reason. I wanted somewhere very serene. I wanted greenery. I wanted something nice, something relaxing. Now, before we go into this podcast, let me just tell everybody now, as a medical student, try and be relaxing. Like, try and rest. That's one thing that I'm trying to also teach myself. So I'm doing treat yourself. So I'm doing my treat yourself. If you get the reference, I'm doing treat yourself Sundays because today's a Sunday. It's evening, and this place is just so beautiful, so serene. You can hear the greenery in the background, and I just had a very nice salad and a banana coffee as well. So it's been really cool. Earlier today, I went on a stroll. Not necessarily a stroll, more like a walk. Let me go because I think I took about 20,000 steps. So I walked around. I was able to walk. So I didn't even realize, thing about medical school, you won't even realize how beautiful your scenery is until is it when we graduate that I will know, because I did not even realize that our hostel was located in a very beautiful location. Like, besides the hostel, I walked around Asokoros, like close to the hostel. I walked towards. I learned actually that there are so many beautiful streets. I actually did not even know that ECOWAS headquarters was close to us, and it's not even like far at all. So I learned about a lot of places. I even found a nice spot for buying stuff as well. And oh yes, I have to mention something beautiful that I saw my way back because I attended a Catholic school. It was really reminding me of those beautiful days in Catholic school when we used to have to do Station of the Cross. Because I saw this today is Sunday earlier, and I left around. I think I left very early, so I was able to see this. I've forgotten the church. I think it's Ascension of Christ or so. They were having Station of the Cross, and it was quite a lot. It wasn't like my secondary school's. Shout out to all us, by the way. But my secondary school Station of the Cross was quite. It was very low key. But this one was like I could see I saw incense. I saw people like holding like big crosses, and then they had robes on. I saw people like in proper costumes. Not, I wouldn't call it costumes, I don't know the right term, but like proper attire. So it was really nice seeing that. Reminded me of those days. And so today has been a very beautiful day. I woke up quite early to read as well. So as a medical student, you have to make sure you're reading. So I'm doing my best to do that as well. That's my priority. That's why I even needed to find a very, very serene environment, so that as I'm recording the podcast, when I'm done, I would also go back into my reading. So how is it going for you guys over there? How is it going? Are you guys all having fun? And by fun, I mean even if you're reading all through the day, I mean fun as in, are you happy? That's the main thing. So try and be happy no matter what you do. Life is hard, so don't make it harder on yourself. That's basically that. Now let's move in to the event of the day and event of the episode. Let me just say that. So once again, you're welcome to Scrubbed In podcast, and I'm so excited to have everyone here listen to listen to this because it's been a long time coming. Nadima and I, we've had this idea for a while. We didn't know what it was yet, but we've always wanted to make a podcast because we have the craziest stories. We have the craziest the things that come out from our mouth. We could literally we always have said it that we could literally just start a podcast there's something we usually say which is funny. We always say that if we start a podcast, the next day we are going to be arrested, and I hope that doesn't happen. Anyways, as I said earlier, Nadima cannot be here today because she is, quote unquote, a neutral. She's our INEC chairman, not the chairman, but she's an INEC official, so she cannot be here today because what we're about to do here, we have to make sure that this is no BS version we are giving you, and for that to happen, I have to be the one to bear the cross for that. But don't worry, I would make sure that I represent her and myself to the fullest. So once again, welcome to Scrubbing Podcast. It's really great to have you here. This episode, I'm just going to give you guys a very brief history or very brief explanation on why we are doing this particular edition. So this is Scrubbed in NUMSA Unveiled, the voice of the people. Okay, so basically what we mean by this is that we are working on Scrubbed in Podcast generally just talks about medical students. It's just you joining us on being a, let me say, fly on the wall as Nadima and I live our chaotic life in med school. That's basically it. So we are both 500 level students of Nile University of Nigeria, in case you're not a Nile University student and you do not know. And as I said earlier, we are very funny people and very chaotic people, so we thought it is best to, display our craziness to the world. Specifically, these 3 episodes that you'll be getting I believe you'll be getting them all at once. These 3 episodes are dedicated to NUMSA elections. NUMSA is the Now University Medical Student Association, and there's an election that is going on. So the campaign is on. I believe it started on 22nd. So we are just going to do this few episodes just to help everyone navigate, the parties that are running, the people that are running. We are going to dissect everything. We are going to talk about every single thing possible. We are going to also interview the aspirants and have them, try to, at least based off of the fact that it's one thing to just hear from here, oh, I will do this, I'll do that. But this time around, we got questions that you guys wanted to know. We did a survey, and the highly demanded questions, and that is what we are going to ask them in the interview. We are going to interview every single important person in the ESCO, and so we look forward to that. Now, I would like to tell you the story of how we came about this podcast, but I think maybe Nadima needs to be here for that. Well, very quickly. Nadima and I were on the day before it was announced. We had been anticipating, let's see who is going to run. And eventually, when it came out, the night it came out, we sat down and we were making our predictions of who is going to win. Not even based on bias or just based on reality. And we were like, oh, it would be really nice if we were like, yeah, I remember Nadima was going to say that. She said that, let's write it down. And then I was like, they're even supposed to make this into a news. And, we were like, NUMSA news. And we're laughing. Then eventually, we thought about it again and we decided, you know what? We are going to do it anyways. If nobody's going to do it, we'll do it ourselves. So, that's the reason why we decided to dedicate at least the first 3 episodes of the Scrubbed In podcast to the NUMSA elections. For those that are not in now, NUMSA elections is quite a big deal because in as much as we try to not make it dramatic, but it ends up being dramatic at the end of the day. That's just it. Like, it's just so fun to see. I mean, from last year, my first time really focusing on the NUMSA election was last year, and it was just so fun, just seeing how everything was playing out, seeing the competition between people. You will be surprised how people change when it's time for election. You'll be surprised how people become so competitive. You would be surprised, the demon not necessarily demon, let me say the lion that will come out of people when it comes to the run for who is going to attain what posts. So for that reason and more, we are excited for this because this is such an amazing experience. I'm really honored to be able to experience this tug of war. And one funny thing about this election, which I would go into later, is the way that the election was done. the way that it was distributed, the political parties, I would call them political parties. The or we call them teams, but I'll call them political parties because they are political parties. The political parties are divided in such an interesting way that, unlike last year where I noticed that it was, I could, when I was making my predictions, it was giving one team has the likelihood to get many posts. To me, it was giving, this particular one is giving half and half to me. And I just want to even say this disclaimer before I get into this. I love you all. I really do. So please, if you are part of the election, the people aspiring to whatever positions, just so I love you and I'm really proud of you. I mean, it takes a lot of effort, so a lot of, you know, courage to even say, oh, I want to do this post. I'm really serious. Like, it's really a big deal, and I'm so proud of you all, and individually and as a group, as a collective, I'm super proud of you guys, and I'm rooting for every single one of you. Whatever I say in this podcast, I'm just giving the no BS version. Please don't take it personally. If you take it personally, well, no problem, but still try not to take it personally, because as I've been saying, I am just doing my job. I just arrived. So please. So that's that. Okay, let's get into the business of the day. So this particular episode, I'm going to just, you know, go into each team's each of the teams, or as I like to call them, political parties mandates, and their, you know, everything about them. So that's what we are going to do right now. By the way, I'm still taking my banana coffee. I'm really surprised I'm not finished. All right, so let's go into that right now. I'm looking at the first, not, well, in no particular order. I'm going to be looking at both. Well, you know what? The order that I'm even going to do it is in the order that I saw that it was sent to my group. So basically, the first group to promote their campaign, to start their campaign, is the first group I'm going to talk about. And so, based off of that, I'm going to talk about the Alliance of Excellence team. So, you know, first of all, one thing I noticed is that we have two parties, and it's giving Trump versus Harris. You know, it's giving that kind of situation, because we have a presidential candidate for that is a female, and we have a presidential candidate that is male. So it's really beautiful to see. But it is also nice that all the other members of each political party are spread across different genders. So while we have a male spearheading one team, we have a very equal, you know, or close to equal representation of both genders under the other positions in the political party. So, Excellence or Alliance? Apologies. Alliance of Excellence. Okay. So the presidential candidate for this party is Precious Julius. She's in 500 level, and she is the presidential aspirant. Now let's go into Precious's what she wrote with her campaign flyer. I will go there right now. All right. So Precious says that she's good to lead. She would lead with purpose and serve with heart. That is such a strong motto. Let's hope that she's able to do that. The thing about this election is that majority of them are also 500 level students like I am. So it's really interesting seeing my colleagues. I have been with them for over, I believe, 3 to 4 years. So I can say that I have a sense of who is who and what is what. So you see, for Precious, it is really interesting to see a lady. As a lady, I have to say, it's really nice to see a lady running for president. I don't think I have seen any situation like this in NUMSA before. I don't think we've had it in history. So I'm really proud of that. And so I'm really excited to see how it turns out. I'm really excited for that. The other presidential aspirant under the Pulse team is Aliyu Abdulmalik. Aliyu Abdulmalik promises to make everyone seen and heard. So that is also a very strong and very nice motto, and I'm excited to see what he has for us. You know, these two candidates, one thing I can say about them is that they are both very qualified. They are both people that I believe can do the job because they are passionate about the job. I have taken the time to speak with both of them, and from what I can see, they do know what they are doing. They know what they are talking about. And I'm really excited to see how it goes about, because it's really giving a very interesting, you know, a very interesting, a very, it's not just a, there are some elections that you see and you'll be like, you just know. But then this is such an interesting thing because it's an interesting election because you are curious to say, okay, let's see, based off of what I know, let's see what would happen, let's see how it will play out. So the next candidate under vice presidential aspirant, that's the vice president's external, we have Kolapo Soyolu, and he's from the polls team. Then we have from the Alliance of Excellence, we have Emanuela Eshiets. She's under the Excellence of Alliance, as I said. So one thing I can say about these two people is that I see two different very important perspectives, because Kolapo is coming in with the strategy of experience and Emanuela is coming in with the strategy of relatability. And those two things are very beautiful and important. So it makes it quite interesting. There's the person who says, okay, I have this previous post, and okay, based on the fact that I have this previous post, I will do so, so, and so. And there's a person that says, okay, you know what? I did not get this. I wasn't able to get these guidance when I was in certain positions. And I want to use this position to, I want to use this position to make sure that what I did not have, I give. What I did not get to, gain from others, I give it to. I allowed others to have that experience. You understand? So it's a very nice point of view. As I said, there's the one that is experienced and wants to, do use his experience to do things, and there's the one who says, okay, you know what? When I was in your level, when I was at your situation, I didn't get the guidance I needed, so I want to be that guidance that you need. Do you understand? So I think they are both very good. They are very, so I'm really excited. I want to even know, because I don't want to say that I'm curious to see the result of this, because it's just a beautiful angle. And the vice president internal, okay, on a personal level though, Kolapo and Emanuela, I can tell you for sure, very good people, very kind people, always listening to people. They are very down to earth. I know Kolapo, he's easy to speak with. He's I actually know both of them in a quite personal level. I know Kolapo is very easy to speak with, very pleasant, very bold, and confident. Emanuela, very pleasant, also easy to speak with. So for the citizens, you guys will just have to decide based off of maybe their individual manifestos, and then you decide, okay, you know what, this is what I want. Now let's go into the next category. Vice President internal. I think for Vice President internal is an interesting one, because for this one we have Tamunosaki Korubo and we have Webuma Megari. Once again, we have an interesting pick of people. Alex has been, and I think he's still currently is the class captain for 500 level. I think he's been class captain 600 level, and Webuma kind of joined recently, but has shown diligence. So it's really interesting to also see how that plays out. Both are very promising, and I look forward to seeing what they have for us. Now let's go into the Secretary General, SecGen, as I like to call it. So the SecGen, these are the people that are writing the mandates, they are writing the minutes, they are making sure everything is recorded, everything is communicated, everything is transparent. So that is for the pulse team. We have Najib Farouk, and for the Alliance of Excellence, we have Oluwatosin Oyekomi. So once again, we have two very qualified people. Now it depends on what you want to look at. I know very well that these two people are very diligent. That's one thing I can say to you. They are very diligent and they are very capable. So I look forward to hearing from that. Now I'm just going to very quickly brush through the rest. So under the Pulse team, we have Nkemjika Loretta Ude for financial treasurer. These are the people with the money. They are going to hold their own money. So this support is actually very important. I need to go into it. We have Nkemjika Loretta Ude and we have Peter Amef. So the funny thing about this is that you guys really need to think about this very well, because whoever you vote for this is the person that's going to hold your cash. When you pay your dues, these are the people that will collect the money and hold it. So make sure you trust them. Look at them very well. Does this person look like I would hold your money? Does this person look like I would have excuses? Does this person look like I'll steal your money? I don't think we're going to steal anybody's money, but I'm just joking. But as I said, both qualified people, and I'm excited to see the results. For financial secretary, we have Murolayo Oluwole, and we have on the other team, which is Paul's team, Abdulwahab Hassan. popularly known as chief. So the financial secretary is also a post I'm interested that is very going to be very interesting to see. I think we have a very balanced in the two parties. We have female male, which is quite nice to see. And then we have I'm going to brush through now. Um for director of sports, Muhammad Walid Yusuf. For the pulse team, and for the alliance of excellence, we have Chuku Claire Chimindu, another girl boy. Is really giving Harris and Trump. Then we have Fortunatus Orama from Director of Socials, and we have Laura Yerima. Um, the thing about socials is that we all like to, we all like to have fun. So this is also very interesting to see. I know that these two people are social people, so it's to determine who is more social and not just social. The thing you have to consider is not just about being social; it's also about ideas. And when you listen to the interview next episode, you will see how they respond to their plans for us as medical students on how they will help us have fun. You understand? Fortunatus, I know, we all know he's a TikToker, so it's interesting to see him there. I was very happy to see the TikTokers. There's a lot of TikTokers in this. Then we have Yusra Ashraf from the Pulse team. She's applying for public relations officer, and we on the other team we have Fatima Durungoa. These are 400 level students. I am not really familiar with Fatima Durungo at the moment, but I do know Yusra Ashraf. I have been participating in a few programs in NUMSA and just in general, and she's always there, so I'm very happy to see her there, and I'm happy to see the other person, though I don't know her personally, so I can't say much about that Fatima. But Yusra Ashraf, I know she's always in every program we have. Now let's go into welfare. We have Taiba Usman Ustaz for Team Pulse, and in Team Alliance of Excellence we have Joanna Atsu. So the thing I want to say to these two welfare people, I don't even have anything else to say besides, please, female hostel needs a proper microwave. We need better conditions in hostel. We need a good working fridge. We need a good working system, because things are falling apart in the hostel. So please, welfare, I hope that you're listening to this, both of you, so that you can, because I'm not even going to speak on you guys directly. I'm just going to move straight into what we need from you, because I feel like that is one thing that generally I feel welfare and hostel, you guys are around each other. So please, I beg, I'm pleading with you, fix our microwave, get us fridge, get us good conditions, get us better conditions, let us enjoy the benefit of being in a private institution as quote unquote glorified as Nile University. So please, that's all I have to say about the welfare. Now, I'm just going to brush through the assistants very quickly. So we have Ezeku Chidioke, under second vice president for 300 level, that's preclinicals. Then we have Gabriel Obioha, assistant director of welfare. We have Nzoputa Ezike, under assistant director of socials, and Ashaju O Hanifa, under assistant public relations officer. All these people are under Alliance of Excellence. Now, for Pulse, the other people that I haven't mentioned yet, we have Musbahuddin Idris, who is aspiring for second vice president, that's preclinical vice president, and we have Lawal Abdurazak, who is aspiring for assistant director of sports, and these are under the Pulse team. So I've gone through everybody. Now let me just talk generally. I need to talk generally because, and when I mean generally, what I really want to speak about is just the general approach of the election and what I've noticed so far. So when I first saw the campaign, when I first, before the day of the campaign, you'll be hearing rumors, oh, this person probably would apply, this person will probably apply, and things like that. So when I eventually saw the people that came out, people that actually applied and everything, I was really excited. And I also made some observations. First of all, there's no 600 level person there. I think our seniors are resting, and I actually, I understand them and I commend them for that. It's not easy. I think the final year of university is probably the best time to rest. Just relax. No, okay, I've been in this school for 6 years. Let me actually rest. So I actually appreciate them for that. The fact that they actually sat this one out, and they gave the juniors the time to shine and express their capabilities. So it was very nice to see that. It was also nice to see the representation. I really need to speak on that, man. The representation was phenomenal. I saw, because as a lady, I am always very happy to see ladies going for positions. I'm always very happy to see because the thing is that no matter what you want to say, the truth is that there is a gap that needs to be filled, and there is also a it doesn't even it's not even external, there's an internal. I don't want to even say misogynistic, but we women have an internal misogynistic attitude of bringing ourselves down. Can I really do that? Can I really go for this? Can I really do? But it was so nice to just see ladies everywhere. In Pulse, we have a vice president internal that is a female. In Alliance, we have a president that is a female. We have women and men spread beautifully and equally around. So I really applaud the team leads, which is the presidential candidates for both teams, for really representing equally the genders. I really appreciate that. Although I do know that there's been some around about gender wars and things like that, but I really have come to realize something, if not anything, from this election, and that is that during times like this, you have to be careful what you digest, there's hearing and there's listening. What you listen to, you have to be very careful, because you would hear this, you hear that, but the truth is that it's most likely not that you get. So from what I can see, what I have seen, there is a beautiful representation of genders, and I'm so glad to see that. It is so beautiful to see. A very big thank you to Precious Julius and Aliyu Abdulmalik for doing that, just representing beautifully. They organized the whole thing very nicely, and it was beautiful to see. It is really beautiful to see. They gave us competition. They gave us work. Normally it's usually just, oh, this that these people, but then but this time around, it's you have to think. You'll be like, okay, this person, very strong candidates. I really appreciate that, and I commend them for that. Now, I have commended them. Now it's time for me to start my scolding. Everybody has issues. My only problem, and I must say this, my only problem I have with the two teams right now is, please, who the hell is your graphic designer? That's really all I have to say. Because, I was, I'm going to refer to last year. Last year, we had two teams also. But at least that one was 50-0. It was 50% good. The other half was not good. And I saw the graphic. I could see that, okay, this person, they want to, it was really aesthetic. Like, I don't know, I'm going to find out from my co-host Nadima how much exactly it is. Because she's in the electoral committee. I need to find out how much is it that he paid for this tickets. Because if you are paying, and I'm going to assume it's, let's say, 10K, if not more. If you're paying 10,000 naira, I'm assuming it's 10K, and I know it is more, for a ticket. So can't you pay 5,000 naira? But you pay even many. So at least if you are pricing it, the graphic designer will collect 3,500. Can't you pay 3,500 times whatever for your graphic? Like, I first saw the first person zone, first group zone, and I was like, you know what? Let me wait first before saying anything. Then I saw the second, and I was like, oh my god! Like, why can't we just do beautiful designs? Like, it is part. I know it might not seem like a big deal, but it is part of your campaign, having a beautiful picture. I will comment Tosin, and I'm saying Tosin's name here. Tosin, you're coming for Secretary General of one of the. I'm not going to specify her. I believe she's under Alliance. Yes, because of all the class I saw, she looked well put together. She took her time, and the thing that is paining me the most about this is that every single person there, they are aesthetically pleasing in real life, and they can be aesthetically pleasing in pictures. But I think it was rushed. I think that's it. I think that maybe the electoral committee did not give enough time for them to prepare everything. You understand? And now that I think of that, I think we can forgive them. Let's forgive them. Can we forgive them? Please, let's forgive them, because there's no other reason why they should have terrible flyers. It's not even like it was, because I remember telling somebody that my younger sister that is just how old would do a better flyer than that. Like, just go to Canva, really. And like, also, just look at things. Like, just look. Is it beautiful? Like, look at it. You yourself, think about it. Not even, forget even pictures. Forget pictures. I understand time, we are all rushing, so we just do anything we can. But like, the design of the flyers they were not nice. And maybe it's just me. Now, you guys tell me, maybe if you're watching this on YouTube, you can put in the comments. Maybe it's just me, but I believe the designs they were subpar, man. They were not giving. They need to give. They need to give. They need to give. They need to give, because if you are paying whatever you are paying for that ticket, you have to make sure that you are coming correct. So please, next year, if you are in whatever level and maybe you are planning on contesting next year, and I hope you do, please, I beg you, invest in a good graphic designer. I am stretching it out because I want you guys to actually give us beautiful designs. Because it might not seem like such a big deal, but when you see somebody's design and you say this, you'll be like, this person knows what they're doing. They are serious, even though they're not the one that did the design, but you'll be like, okay, they are intentional about it. Well, both parties, as I said, they did not do a good job with the designs. That's my own piece, I have said. Once again, we are at Lomo Cafe, and it is currently 5:34 p.m. and I still haven't finished my salad. However, almost finishing the podcast. So at least if I finish the podcast, I can go back to my salad. I hope you're having fun on this. I would have loved for my co-host to be here. I keep mentioning her because it's always nice having someone around to just gist with. So I'm shouting her out again. Okay, so now I just want to once again say that I'm super proud of every single person that applied and is aspiring for a position. I'm rooting for every one of you. I know it sounds like it's not possible, but I am. I really am rooting for every single one of you. Like, because if you know me, you can believe that I am actually rooting for all of you. And I'm really hoping that everybody can win, but that's not possible. And that is actually why we are doing this, because we want to just let you know that whether you win or you do not win, honestly, the fact that you tried is enough. It really is enough. Honestly, I cannot even overemphasize this. Like, the ability to just try, the ability to do is something, and I'm super proud of every one of you for doing that. And for our fellow people, our fellow citizens of NUMSA, I just want to tell you guys, you all, that you guys are absolutely amazing. And I want to also give the disclaimer that you should be careful what you hear and what you listen to. When you hear something, you don't always have to listen to it. And I'm really trying to make these points very head, because during election there's a lot of false news that will be going around. Don't let anything cause you to have any conflict with anybody. Just, it's a game, we are all playing it. It really is just a game, you understand? No matter what, we're all learning, you understand? This is the reason why we're in school. Everything we are doing is just a dummy, a practice for the future. So let's just have fun. That's the most important thing. No matter what we are doing, let's have fun. All right, so that's basically all I have for you in this episode. So before we pay our bills and all with ads, I'm going to leave you with a short look into what we are going to do in the next few episodes. So the next episode, you're going to have all the major contestants, and we are going to interview them with the most highly demanded questions. So tune in for that. Okay. Once again, thank you very much for tuning in. It's so good to have you all here, and I'm so grateful and blessed to be able to spend my time in Lomo's Cafe with you all. I look forward to hearing from you, hearing your thoughts. What are your predictions for this election? That's what I want to hear from you. Tell me what is it that you want to see at the end. Like, who are you rooting for? Let's see that. Let's hear from you. Let's see what team is catching your eye and what team is making your eyes tear. So let's see that. Okay. Once again, let's keep it peaceful, let's keep it humble, and let's keep it happy. Have a lovely, beautiful, beautiful day. Bye.
Welcome to the SCOF Sanitation and Environment 2024 Teams playlist, where music meets a mission for change. I am thrilled to introduce you to our initiative, the Build a Borehole project. Our goal? To fund the drilling of boreholes, bringing clean water to communities in Nigeria by the end of the year. It's a lifeline for communities waiting for clean water. Thank you for joining us in this journey. Together, let's make a splash and change lives. Donate to the Borehole Project using the link tinyurl.com/borehole project. That is tinyurl.com/borehole project.
Why are you still here? Don't you got work to do?
This podcast is a product of Kontz Global.